Hello Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're doing well. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your tarot card for the week of January 18th, 2026. It is a collective general reading, not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate, and if that happens, it's okay. It just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't, and be sure to check out your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also in the description box is information on how you can become a time traveler. With all of that said, let's begin. Okay, make sure that mic is on. All right, tapping into the Pisces collective now for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is their tarot card of the week? Also keep in mind, this is not what you don't see coming. Tarot card of the week reading is intended to help all of us move forward with our respective journeys. Let's get one more shuffle here, please, for Pisces. Thank you. Your tarot card of the week, Judgment. What is trying to get your attention? At the bottom of the deck, Two of Cups. Are you ready to commit to someone or something that you love? Oh, time to make a judgment call. Your intuition is trying to tell you something here in regards to a partnership in your life, either one that is in your life or one that you have the ability to go out and find. Tell me why Judgment here is the tarot card of the week for the Piscean collective. And it doesn't have to be romantic love. Two of Cups can mean finding a new, professional soulmate, which ends up being your boss or your business partner. So let's see where we go with this reading. Could be friendship as well. Why is Judgment the tarot card of the week here for the Piscean collective? What is trying to get your attention? One more shuffle here. Thank you. King of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Two of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Devil, the Four of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. Why do I feel like this is not my regular Pisces collective? What is trying to get your attention? Five of Wands. Why is love this difficult? Why is love this difficult? I feel like I've just tapped into a group of you where you have not let go of this. Devil to the Four of Wands to the Ten of Swords. This is not my regular Pisces. I'm going to grab a card for you in a second. This is not my regular Piscean collective. This is my group of Pisceans. I thought you were all on the new timeline moving towards a new beginning. You're not. I have a small group of you remaining here on the channel that you are continuing to engage in a situation, environment, or connection, clearly some type of connection, professional, platonic, or romantic, that is replete with toxicity and betrayal. But you are determined to hold on to it because it's a type of a comfort zone for you. Now, I don't normally see King of Pentacles as Taurus energy because it's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. But in the deck I use for you, we can see the bull horns on the chair. So this is fixed earth energy. I'm staying right here because of children, because of society, because of the house I live in, because of the money we have. So what is trying to get your attention is that this is fool's gold. I hate to be the person to tell you that. I'm not going to be the tarot reader who tells you that this is healthy. This is not healthy. Again, this is, I have to stay here because what the neighbors would think, or I don't want to be the first one in my family to get a divorce, or everyone else got a divorce. I have to be the one to show them that my marriage is sustainable and long-lasting. Or, this was a shotgun wedding, or we got married in Vegas, but now I have to prove to everyone that it's meant to be. I can't admit that I made a mistake. So no matter how toxic it is, I have to stay in it. Or I stay in it because there's children. I've tapped into a very different group of you. Like I said, I'm going to pull a card for the other group of Pisces. Tell me about the King of Pentacles energy. Yeah, I just saw the Six of Wands, which is there's public victory. I have title attached to this. And if this is not romantic partnership, then you're associated with people that are quite toxic for you, but you stay with them because, they're bougie or they drive nice cars, or again, you're at a work environment that's completely toxic, not aligned to who you are, replete with backstabbing, people who have really no integrity, but you have a fancy title, maybe a company car. You know what I mean? So I don't know what type of connection this is for you, professional, platonic, or romantic. It just seems here, if it's your message, don't get offended if it's not, but if it's your message, you seem to constantly be staying in it, making the active choice to stay in it because either of how the public views it or sees it, or some monetary, I don't know, comfort zone that it provides you with. And I think you need to see this from another perspective. Your intuition is trying to scream at you that this is not healthy and probably hasn't been healthy for the last 2 years, at the very least. Wheel of Fortune, if you're going to leave whomever, whatever this is the time. It's time to find another job, create an exit strategy. Tell me about that King of Pentacles. Tell me about that King of Pentacles, this comfort zone here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Five of Wands, it's the Fool and the Moon. So it's replete. You're not on the same page with this person, okay? There's chaos, there's conflict, there's toxicity, there's competition, there could be cheating. I don't know. I mean, Five of Wands is competition. Ten of Swords is backstabbing, betrayal. We have the Devil card to the Ten of Swords, so it could be cheating for some of you. But it's like the only thing stopping you from leaving this situation, I'm just going to call it a connection because it's professional, platonic, or romantic. But the only thing that's stopping you from moving on are fears, doubts, and insecurities in the Moon card. And I don't think you can let them, I don't think you can allow your fears, doubts, and insecurities to keep you trapped in this. So you need to see it from another perspective. It is not balanced. It is not reciprocal. It is not healthy. Bottom of the deck, Wheel of Fortune again. This is your moment. This is your moment to create a plan and move on from whomever, whatever this is. But this week, excuse me, this week what you really need to see is just see it for what it really is. You don't have to take any actionable steps to leave whomever this is. You just need to see it for what it is. 3 cards on the Hanged Man, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. And how much of yourself do you sacrifice to stay in this? 6 of Cups. You need to see this long-time connection or partnership or soulmate from a different perspective. Queen of Cups and Justice. 5 of Pentacles. That doesn't seem just and fair to me. I love this job. I give my all. I love this partner. I give my all. I love this friend. I give my all. For me, I think it's a just, fair, right thing to do. I feel obligated to this person. I'm obligated to this job, the contracts, the clients, you know, the community maybe that it serves. I feel obligated to this marriage. It doesn't seem very obligated to you. You're sitting here in the 5 of Pentacles. Regardless of what the title looks like, the income, the size of the house, the car you drive, you're either being financially neglected or emotionally neglected. Maybe even sexually. I mean, if this is a romantic partnership, the only cup is on your side, my dear. Can I get 3 more cards on the Devil, 4 of Wands, and the 10 of Swords? Then we'll get you advice, and we'll pull cards for those of you who have already left this type of situation to see what your tarot card is. One more shuffle here. Thank you. 3 of Swords, 5 of Cups, 8 of Wands, Ace of Swords. It's time for you to see this clearly. Only when you see this for what it truly is will you be able to move on from it. In the next 8 days, Source isn't telling you you got to figure it all out and leave whatever this is. I mean, obviously, if it's toxic and abusive, please find the safe way to extricate yourself from it. But if this is like a partner cheating on you or something like that, you need to see it for what it is. You need to admit to yourself what it is, what they are, and then create a plan to move on. But this week, you got to just see it. That's really your message here. We'll get you 3 cards of advice. It's like you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it because then you have to do something about it, and you're afraid to do something about it because you don't know what comes next. Trust me, your intuition to survive is going to tell you exactly what comes next. This is not healthy. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Your advice, 2 of Swords, take the blindfold off. 4 of Pentacles, and look at that comfort zone and realize it's not so comfortable after all. Love yourself enough to see the truth in whatever or whomever this is. That is what I have for you, Pisces. I'm going to pull a card now for those of you that have already exited this situation. So maybe we have some new members here on the channel, or maybe some of you have been trying to stick it out, you know. And it doesn't have to be just Pisces sun. You know, I read for Pisces sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus. So there could be people here that maybe they have not watched those other placements and they're watching it this week, and that's why this message is for them. So let's get a message here for those of you where you have moved on from this, because I know a lot of you have. For the other group of Pisceans, for the other group of Pisceans. For the other group of Pisces, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus placements. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Seven of Pentacles. What situation in your life are you ready to invest your time, energy, and money into? Bottom of the deck, the moon. What situation in your life do you feel is secretly being hidden from you? I hope this is not a repeat of that other message, but we'll see. What situation in your life are you ready to invest your time, energy, and money into? Thank you. Page of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. The Fool. Okay, so this is those of you who have already extricated yourself from this, or you're in the process of extricating yourself, because now we see you moving towards the Ten of Cups because you've ended something, or you're in the process of ending something, and you're moving towards the Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so I definitely have two different groups of you. Group one, that first message is for you. Group two, welcome. This is your message. So what situation in your life are you ready to invest your time, energy, and money into? Your new beginning. What does that look like for you? It's time to discover what you want it to be. Where do you want to live? How do you see yourself? How do you want to invest your pentacle resources, your time, your love, your money, etc., etc.? You have a new beginning here. Tell me about the Fool card. Tell me about the Fool card. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Ace of Cups, new love, Queen of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles, self-love as well. Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. How do you want to invest your pentacle resources? What type of lifestyle do you want to have? What kind of job? What's the career path? What type of relationship? What do you want life to look like in the future? You know, that Ace of Cups is different for all of you, but there's a real importance here for you to figure out what that is, and then set some clear goals on how you can go after it, regardless of any doubts, fears, or insecurities you have. I think you've done the hard part already, group two. You've already moved on, or you're about to move on from a situation, environment, or connection that no longer serves you. The doubts, fears, and insecurities have no hold. The power resides within you, Dorothy. I mean, the power is in your shoes. It's been with you this whole time. And I think that's what some of you need to wake up and realize. You don't have to do what you're just coming out of. So if you're leaving a toxic work environment, you don't have to stay in that same, you know, in that field. Let's say you've been, I don't know, an accountant for 30 years, and that was a third generation family practice, and you work there, and then you wake up one day and you're like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. Doesn't mean I hate my family or I hate the practice of accounting, but it's no longer aligned to who or what I am. I've always wanted to do blank. I always wanted to be a sous chef. Great. Time to learn. What do you need to learn? What are the skills or educational background do you need to become a sous chef? So it's a card of inquiry here. And then investing your time to take those classes, you know, or to learn. So then, yeah, then you can move forward and now find this new job, this new Ace of Cups in, you know, in the culinary industry or in the restaurant industry. And you can't allow doubts, fears, and insecurities, or your age even, you know, to get in the way. Or I have the experience, I don't have the education. I have the education, I don't have the experience. I'm too young, I'm too old. No, if I could rip up this card right now, I would. But I don't want to ruin your deck. But this should not be a block to you, to this huge transformation. So yeah, whatever it is that you're leaving behind, you get to do it differently. You don't have to stay in the same career path. You don't have to live in the same town. You don't have to date the same type of person. You don't have to date at all. You can be single if that's what you choose to do. This is your life. Tell me about the Death card here. You are transforming your life. You're writing your next chapter. Make sure it's whatever the hell you want it to be. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You do not have to repeat the past. Justice, that is the truth. You do not have to repeat the past. The Hanged Man and the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Cups. You can leave that in the past. You don't have to do what your family thinks you should do. You don't have to, you know, subscribe to societal or religious norms if that's no longer aligned to who you are. It doesn't make those people or those practices bad. They served your life's purpose, you know, but up until now. Maybe the next chapter of your life doesn't include that. Maybe this means leaving behind a religion and becoming more spiritual, leaving behind spirituality and becoming more religious, having a combination of the two, you know. Maybe for some of you, this is relocating halfway around the world, learning a new language, being single, not having children, having children. I just feel like you're transforming your life now, and this next chapter can literally be whatever you want it to be. So figure out what that is. I think this came out in one of your readings like a month ago. It's time for you to figure out, what does Pisces 2.0 look like? What does it feel like? What does it want? Where does it want to live? And don't allow religious, societal, political, familial traditions to get in the way. I mean, we're entering the age of Aquarius. We are in the age of Aquarius. You get to do it differently. You get to be unique. You get to radically transform your life. Make it a good one. If you left a toxic relationship and now you're not going to learn from that mistake and you're just going to enter another toxic relationship, the question here then is asked, why did you even leave the original toxic relationship? If you left a job because there was no growth potential, you know, limited benefits, and why would you just get in? Okay, you left a toxic job, great. But it had these negative attributes, you know, that you didn't like. Why would you get another job in the same industry, at the same job, the same type of company, with the same pay? You know what I mean? So you get to do this, whatever this is, whatever it is you're leaving behind, you get to do it differently. To do it differently. And do it on your terms. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. Do it on your terms, damn it. Do it on your terms. And I'm going through something similar with my dad now. It's every phone call now is, when are you guys getting married? When are you guys getting married? You've been divorced for, 6 years, or you've been separated from him 6 years, which is true. We separated almost 6 years ago, coming up on 6 years soon. And then he had the divorce like 2 years later. But I've been dating this one, I call him this one, this whole time. And my dad's like, all right, time for you guys now. It's like 5 years. Like, come on, let's go. And I'm like, I think we're going to do it differently, because we both came out of 2, really toxic marriages. And it's not that we're afraid of marriage. It's just we're not sure that we want that. We have a different kind of relationship and it works for us. And so I'm not going to succumb to familial pressure or religious indoctrination. Nothing against my religion. I still love it. I still, believe in Jesus Christ. I've blended that very well with my spirituality and this practice, but I don't have to succumb to that pressure if I don't want to. It's not aligned to who I am today. And my dad's like, well, you got married last time. Yeah, I got married when I was 25. I'm now 52. It's a big difference between a 25-year-old and a 52-year-old. So do it differently and make yourself happy this time around. Let's get you 3 cards of advice, my love. One more shuffle. Dream big, Pisces. Dream big. Queen of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and the High Priestess. Bottom of the deck, Temperance. Take your time to figure this out. But again, I wouldn't allow doubts, fears, and insecurities that might be living in your subconscious here to get the better of you. I think you need to take the blindfold off here. I think you need to get a little creative here. Some of you are just very regimented. Not all, but some. And I don't know, I would invest that pentacle resource differently. I feel like you've been given a clean slate here after something that was very tumultuous and toxic. Do it differently. Relocate if you can. Travel if you can. You know, change your industry. Find a new job. Learn a new skill. Discover who you are, because some of you lost yourself with whomever that was, or at that job or something like that. So discover who you are. Sky's the limit here. Don't shut your eyes down. Don't, close your eyes here from a world that has so much to offer you. It's yours for the picking. You don't have to stay small anymore. You can fly, learn something new, discover the world, discover yourself, and of course do it in moderation. Find out what you really want in life, Pisces, and then go after it. That is what I have for you, my dear. That is your tarot card for the week. A little deep reading there for you, but yeah, figure out what you want to do. How do you want to invest your time or your love or your money in the next chapter of your life? Just give it some considerable thought this week. That is what I have for you, my dear. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, or maybe just found them to be helpful or even hopeful, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.